starting a chapter is a great step to get engaged, get involved, and maybe you actually might get engaged too. If you start it, you might meet someone you're going to get engaged to. So it's equally good. People say, Charlie, I can't meet anyone. If you want to go meet conservative men that have their act together, that aren't like woke beta men, like start a Turning Point USA chapter. You'll meet a lot of them. Guarantee it.
That was Charlie Kirk at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, which has a great name. And if you're not privy to who Charlie Kirk is, you might be fooled into going to this summit. But it was, of course, hosted by Charlie Kirk and the right-wing Turning Point USA. The summit was, well, I'll let you decide what you think about the summit. We should start with some additional context. The event, which was billed as a celebration of freedom and femininity, by the way, by people who want to regulate women's bodies and not let them have a choice in what they do with it. It's for cute-servatives, included appearances from Turning Point USA personalities as well as media, denizens from the Trump World Extended Universe. Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, the first clip that we showed you was from the first day of the summit. Here are some more clips of Charlie Kirk from the second and third day of the summit. Apologies in advance.
In a world where men, unfortunately, are oversaturated to be able to get whatever they want, whenever they want it, have the self-discipline to all of a sudden be like, well, if you want me, then you're gonna have to get your act together. Because you think about it, it's the opposite, right? It's something that some women struggle with, which is like, hey, if I'm going to get in a relationship with you and I'm going to partner with you, we're gonna have to have some very clear guidelines and rules, such as some women make the decision that I'm saving myself for marriage. That is a difficult thing for modern American feminism to admit. That you might have to get in a relationship or you might have to be led. Now, that should be a high standard where you're going to allow a man into your life to lead you, right? But when it happens, and this is the biblical model, right, is that you're going to want a protector and a leader, right? And deep down, a vast majority of you agree, and some of you are like, Charlie, I'm never going to, when I get married, I'm in charge. And that's okay. We'll see if it works.
Listen, different strokes for different folks. That's like my new favorite thing. I say it all the time because there might be women out there who love that model of a relationship. More power to you. For me, feminism is about empowering women to live the life that's right for them, to be able to choose the life that's right for them to be in the type of relationship that they find fulfilling. Now, in my marriage, right? I like to see it as a partnership. We have a partnership, okay? And honestly, one of the hottest things my husband did was physically defend me after someone assaulted me. I think about it all the time, super freaking hot, right? I know that's a traditional way of thinking about masculinity. It is what it is, it's what I like. However, I also run the household and am an earner and take care of our finances, take care of a lot of things, both untraditional, but also very traditional. I go home, I cook a meal, I clean, but it works for us. My point is, I get to choose. My husband gets to choose. We are in a happy marriage. What I don't like about the conservative way of thinking of things is get a load of what he said there, right? He's basically talking about women saving themselves for marriage. Some women might have difficulty with that, but what about the men? Are the men saving themselves for marriage? And by the way, do you really, I don't know, what? I don't really want to, I'm not interested in marrying a virgin, right? Some people might be. But like, what's up with the weird, perverted fantasy of marrying a virgin?
Yeah, that's old school, and I never understood it,
yeah.
Even when it wasn't old school, right? Okay, she's never been with anyone else. So what, she won't know how bad you are?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay, I mean, look, but I wanna be clear, I agree with Anna. She almost started a religion whose mantra was you do you, boo.
Yes,
okay,
still believe it.
So God bless, okay? So if you agree with Charlie Kirk that you're a woman and you wanna be led, you don't know what you want, you can't make the decisions, poor you, right? You just need a man to tell you what to do, well, okay, I mean, that's your life, it's not my life. Okay, I believe in freedom. So go find a manly, conservative guy who's gonna be great to you, by the way, and who's not gonna cheat on you, even though you give him all the power, right? And so maybe you'll find him, okay, and have at it, Hoss. But I suspect that for a lot of women, that is not going to be an overly appealing message where I have to give up my freedom and my right to choose everything and hope that the guy I married is such a great leader,
right.
where they'll make all the right decisions. God forbid I should have a voice in this.
No, I mean, you know, the right wing notoriously in favor of freedom, where the women need to be submissive and they need to be led by the men. And again, if you like that, cool. I don't have a problem with it if that's what works out for you and the relationship that you're in. But I'll just note for the women who think they want that or are convinced that they want that, financial freedom's really important. Okay, when you have financial freedom, you get to make important decisions if it turns out that your partner is not what you thought he was. You know, you have the ability to walk away from that relationship, potentially walk away from an unsafe relationship where you might be abused, for instance. Back in the day when women didn't have that financial freedom, women didn't even have the right to get a credit card without their husband's permission until like the 1970s. And imagine what that's like if you're in a situation where you're dealing with domestic abuse and you want to leave, but you literally don't have the financial means to make that happen. Just some stuff we should remember this country's history a little bit. You know, history is important. I know Republicans are trying to burn the books that teach us about that history, but I'm here to remind you about what it was really like for women when they were forced by the government to be submissive to their partners, to their husbands. Now, Candace Owens was there, you know. Gaggle of great gals like Candace Owens showed up, and she wanted to talk about how she could help women use their femininity to find a good conservative catch. Let's watch.
Men don't like women that act like men, unless they're gay, right? I mean, that's literally like, they're not looking for women that act like men. And it's something that people won't tell you. It's like, this is one of the great lies of modern feminism, is that these women get on this corporate ladder believing that it makes them more attractive to men. Like, a man is not looking at a woman going, well, I hope she makes 6 figures, right? They're looking at a woman and they're thinking, is she going to be the mother of my children? I'm telling you, it's like this weird lie that has been implanted in everybody's head that the more successful I become, the more men are going to want me. And in reality, what it really does is it makes men feel smaller in a lot of ways. Not saying that you shouldn't want to have success in your life, but when you're trying to be a man, they don't know what their role is. You guys are now polarized pieces of each other. You know what I mean? You're fighting against each other as opposed to having this symbiotic relationship.
Shouldn't you be at home, Candace?
Yeah, go cook me.
Is your husband okay with this? Is this allowed? I mean, doesn't she do a talk show? Your husband must find you super unattractive. He must be disgusted by you. I mean, because we all know you're raking in far more than 6 figures, honey. We all know that, all right? Grifting away for the white man. So your husband must hate that, right? Your husband must want you to stay at home and continue having babies and to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Right, what happened? Why are you up on that stage and why are you doing a talk show? Why are you working? I mean, you should practice what you preach. What happened? It's so pathetic. It's unbelievable.
So here's my advice to Candace Owens based on her ideology, not mine. Step 1, shut your mouth. Step 2, retire. Step 3, don't even give that speech. You're not allowed to, okay?
Who cares what you think?
Nobody cares.
Are you leading a conversation
right
now?
Why are you leading? I'm interested in seeing your husband, not you. You're not relevant. The husband is the leader. That's what Charlie Kirk explained. You're backing it up. So why are you yapping away, woman? Step 3, go make your husband a sandwich. That's what you're good for. This is not at all my ideology. I hate that ideology. Candace Owens' ideology is this. And did you catch one thing she said? You know, they tell you that men will really want successful career women. I don't know anybody says that. And then she says, you know, it's not true that more men are gonna want you if you're successful in your career. But you know, the whole world isn't about attracting men.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You know, you could just have a successful career because you wanna be successful, because you like to do something in the world. You like to accomplish something. You like to have your own money. You like to have independence.
And let me just say,
not be dependent on some rando guy.
And that milkshake does in fact bring the boys to the yard. I should know.
Yes, but even if it doesn't, it's for you, not just as a vassal for a superior male.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, it's again, like this is the oldest trick in the book, right? Where you have conservative women grifting with their anti-feminism message while they're pursuing their own career interests and making a ton of money doing it. It's amazing. Now, the summit also featured Christian marriage counselors, Victor and Eileen Marks. We've got a little more time, so let's take a quick look at that.
My brother who lives in Houston, I said, he's a car collector. I said, you like Ferraris, right? He said, yeah, of course. I said, if we went to the dealership right now and you could walk on the showroom floor, pick any Ferrari you wanted, and they give you the key and they give you the title. The only thing they said is you can't test drive it, but you can have it. Would you take it? He goes, of course, I'd be foolish if I didn't. I said, that's right. I found a Ferrari. I ain't got a test driver.
Hot. These people are weird, man.
Every part of that analogy is wrong. But you'd have to pay for the Ferrari, and if you're gonna pay for a really, really expensive car, I would hope that you would test drive it. And by the way, she's gotta test drive it 10,000 times more than you do, because apparently you're the leader and she can't question you. So my God, she should really know what she's getting into.
Can you imagine saving yourself for marriage? And just like sleeping with the same, like what if he sucks?
What if he's not into it? What if he, like a lot of conservative men, he's actually gay? You know, so, well, no, I trusted you, I lead away, so.
Terrible. Okay. No, look, the point that I wanna make more than anything is that the Republican Party, especially over the last several years, has tried really, really hard to rebrand itself, right? Cool guys, philosopher, cool kids philosopher, like, ooh, populist, right-wing populism. No, it's the same stuff that's been around forever in America. Conservatism in America has not changed. Okay, they can try to slap a new cover on it. They could try to put some glitter all over it. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. A bunch of weirdo perverts who are far more concerned about what you're doing in your own bedroom, when in reality, they should mind their own goddamn business, especially if they genuinely believe about freedom. They generally believe that freedom is really important in this country. They don't actually think freedom is important. They don't actually care about real issues that impact your day-to-day life and lead you to have a happy, healthy family. All they care about is weirdly thinking about what you're doing in your bedroom, and they're trying to figure out ways to control it. It's super creepy, and I'm not here for that.
And they brought up a model of a kind of male you should marry. This is literally what happened. They brought up Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, here's somebody who killed 2 people. That's the kind of maniac you should marry.
Cool, definitely want to be led by him.
By the way, it got wild applause. So hey, have at it, Hoss. At least you'll be saving some decent people from getting married to people who want to get married to a killer like Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, I'm sorry, you got acquitted. You still killed them, Kyle. The only reason why you're famous is because you killed 2 people, and the bloodthirsty Republicans and right-wingers love that you killed those people. And hey, look, now you might get married to someone who likes bloodthirsty men. What a lovely get-together you guys had. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.